welcome to Movie Review Mom. I am still recovering from COVID, but feeling a little bit better every day. And so you're going to start to see daily movie reviews and documentary analyses and trailer reactions like I used to do every day. So thanks for your patience. I'm super excited to announce that I finally got to see Top Gun Maverick. Yay! This thrilling sequel is currently available in theaters, crushing it at #1 in the box office. It's rated PG-13 and is 2 hours and 11 minutes, but the time flies by, pun intended. I'm going to give you my movie review mom grade early and then explain why I gave it to you, although it's not going to be a big surprise, because I know subscribers like to see my score earlier on. I used to do it at the end. So now I'm experimenting to see if I tell you at the beginning, are you going to just stop watching? Keep watching and keep subscribing, or I should say you only subscribe once, but if you haven't subscribed, be sure and subscribe. And also visit me on Facebook at my Movie Review Mom group and my Instagram group called Movie Review Mom. All right, so in a nutshell, oh wait, I didn't tell you my score. My Movie Review Mom grade is an A. So in a nutshell, wow, just wow. Producers Jerry Bruckheimer and Tom Cruise absolutely know how to create a fun summer blockbuster. Many are saying that this movie is even better than the first one, and I completely agree. So what's the story about? Well, after more than 30 years of service as one of the Navy's top aviators, Pete Mitchell, known as Maverick, played by Tom Cruise, is where he belongs, pushing the envelope as a courageous test pilot and dodging the advancement in rank that would ground him. Paramount Pictures has already earned a 100% score on Rotten Tomatoes, thrilling fans and critics alike with this high-octane action flick. Now, that doesn't often happen where the critics match the viewers, and so you know it's going to be a good, fun movie. It's quite a feat, even wilder than a jet racing through the skies at Mach 10. This is the summer blockbuster we wanted and that we needed it to be. So do you feel the need for speed? I do. Let me tell you the things that I liked. First of all, Tom Cruise. Hello, Maverick. Welcome back. This classic character and classy actor have got what it takes to excite fans who have waited very long for this sequel, 36 years to be exact. Tom Cruise is 60 years old and looks fantastic. We see him riding his motorcycle next to that airstrip like he did in the very first movie. And you almost can't tell if you're watching a clip from the first movie or if it's current, new footage. And it is. That just shows that he looks so great and still so young. One thing I love about him is that he never phones it in. He always gives way more than 100% in his films, and his growing skill set is super impressive. He is a true movie star. My husband and I have just been binge watching all the Mission Impossible movies, and that's him really running and flying helicopters and planes and driving motorcycles and all of that. He's amazing. The new cast members in this sequel also include Miles Teller, who, by the way, is really good. And in fact, I just watched him in a 2014 movie called Whiplash. I'd never seen it before. It totally flew under my radar. Anyway, check that one out if you like him. He does a great job. John Hamm, Glenn Powell, Jay Ellis, Monica Barbaro, Charles Parnell, and Louis Pullman. They all do a great job. One question I have is, when is Jennifer Connelly going to start aging like Tom Cruise? She looks amazing too. And they just look like this young couple. It's crazy. I'm also super happy to see returning cast members Ed Harris and Val Kilmer. The scene with Val Kilmer was especially touching. Try to watch this movie on the biggest screen that you possibly can because the aerial acrobatics are absolutely breathtaking. Tons of action, tons of fun. I'm super impressed with director Joseph Kosinski for many reasons, but especially because this is only his 4th feature film ever. He is definitely on the map. At least for me, I don't know. I hadn't really paid that much attention to him before. This film has substance and style, heart and heat, flight and grounding. There are a lot of respectful nods to the past that fans will absolutely love, including pictures on the walls and even video clips from the very first movie. Lots of humor and Tom Cruise awesomeness, tasty tension. The musical score is also perfect. And here's just a random question. If you were to create your own call sign, which one would you pick? I don't know. I just think that all the call signs in the movie are funny. There were rumors that the studio was going to remove the Taiwanese flag from Maverick's classic jacket for fear of losing the Chinese audience and the market, which is billions of dollars. And so I was absolutely amazed and surprised to see that it is actually on the jacket in the final movie's release. It was completely refreshing to watch a movie come out of Hollywood that doesn't put America down or have a political stance of apologizing for being America. You know, we're seeing so much of that now. And it's not identified in the film which country these fighter pilots, these American fighter pilots, are going up against, which I actually thought was a wise choice. But you end the movie feeling proud to be American, and we just haven't seen a lot of that lately. And so that was refreshing. Now, with all that praise, there were just a few things that I didn't like or thought could have been done better. First of all, it's still pretty predictable, but still doggone fun. It would have been nice to see Meg Ryan make a cameo performance. We see a very short video clip of her to remind you that she was married to Goose. And so it would have been nice to see her again. You know, if they just, I don't know, I don't know, just saying. I watched an interview with Kelly McGillis, who was the love interest of Maverick in the first movie. And she was just saying how she feels old and fat, and she didn't want fans to see her like that. And I thought, oh, what a shame. It would have been nice to see her. You know, we've moved on to a new love romance with Jennifer Connelly, who does a great job. And there's some depth to that relationship a little bit. And she's actually mentioned in the very first movie, which it was a nice touch to bring her back. Anyway, there's a lot of military jargon, but you can absolutely still enjoy this movie without understanding all of the stuff that they're saying about, you know, numbers and speed and dials and all that kind of stuff. You definitely know what's happening. Let me give you some tips for parents. There is some light, mild profanity, not very much at all, which I always appreciate. There is dangerous behavior for sure. People are in dangerous situations. There is a premarital relationship illustrated. You see an unmarried couple in bed together, but you don't see any action really. They're just kind of getting in bed and then they're talking. And so I appreciated that too, in case your kids are going to want to watch this. The themes that are illustrated very well in the movie are tenacity, brotherhood, military, of course, past versus present versus future, respect, obedience, honor, protecting others, and sacrifice. I always write down funny lines and interesting lines, and I have them all in my written review at moviereviewmom.com. And so I'm not going to share them all with you right now, but I'll share a couple of them with you. First of all, there's this really cute, funny line spoken by Iceman. He was played by Val Kilmer, and then he's having a conversation with Tom Cruise. And so Iceman says to Maverick, he's like, one last thing. Who's the better pilot, you or me? And Maverick says, this is a nice moment. Let's not ruin it. And the audience laughed. I thought that that was really cute. So then the other interesting lines actually were all written by Tom Cruise, or spoken by Maverick, played by Tom Cruise. He's telling the pilots, show me what you're made of. You know, there's a lot of talk in military where guys like to talk big, but he says, show me what you can do. And I thought that that was an insightful line. He's also telling them time is your greatest enemy. And of course, in flying and in the mission that they're going on, that's absolutely true. But it's also true in life. You know, I feel the clock ticking every day, and I keep reminding myself, take advantage of every day that I have. And then another line that's repeated several times in the movie is, it's not the plane, it's the pilot. And I don't want to give you a lot of spoilers. Anyway, those were just some lines that I wrote down I thought were interesting. All right, that's it for my review. Let me give you a recommendation for a movie that I instantly thought of that I recently saw while I've been in bed recovering from COVID. It's called The Guardian. It stars Kevin Costner and Ashton Kutcher. And the story is sort of similar, where there's a National Coast Guard guy, an expert, someone who's been in the field for many, many years. That's Kevin Costner. And then he's kind of forced to retire, and he ends up as a teacher training the new young ones, who's Ashton Kutcher. Anyway, no spoilers there, but there's sort of some similar things that happen in that movie. I enjoyed it, and I hadn't seen it before, which is kind of surprising. All right, that's it. Have a fantastic day. I hope that if you see this movie, you get to go into the theater and enjoy that buttery popcorn and just have a blast. Pun intended. Bye for now. I'll catch you in the next one.